everybody. And the singers, Michael and Lizzie. You know, I am so proud of our music program and have been for decades now. It just is really moving. So, wow. Everything must change. So I was thinking back, Dr. Tom, Reverend Sheila's here, I think. Yeah. Is Patty here? Reverend Patty? No, I don't think she's here today. Dr. Tom used to say to me in class, in ministerial training with us, Laura, he'd say things like, you know, and he would have been like 100 now, right? 100 and some. And one of the things I find that the older I get, the more I forget to remember about the past and how things can change and will change and are always changing. And although we may take 2 steps forward and we may take a step back, that things will always change. And Dr. Tom used to teach us that. He used to say, Joe, I have been through many, many presidencies before. Remember, Sheila? He would say, I have been through many, many presidents before. And he said, and there'll be many, many more after this. And changes will occur with every one of them, and we just keep the faith, and we just know that love always prevails, and that love will prevail. And you know what? He's been right all along. You know, there have been some rough times, rough patches, but we just keep that faith. And so today I want to talk about that. Today I want to talk about everything must change. Some of us think holding on makes us strong, but sometimes it's letting go. Think about that. Sometimes we hang on so tight. We hang on so tight that our blood starts leaving our fingers. We start feeling numb. And if we only understood that if we didn't hang on like this, if we just held on gently, and I'm not saying let go and release all of our convictions and all, but you know what? Maybe we think about this. If you put sand in your hand, scoop up some sand on the beach and squeeze your hand, and what's going to happen? The sand's going to start coming out the sides, isn't it? You're going to open up your hand and very little will be left. But if you scoop it up and gently hold it like this, you can hold a lot more forever. And so we're trying to squeeze and hold on to everything because maybe that's not the right energy. Maybe the energy is to be more loving and more gentle with each other, with all of us, because it's really difficult right now. I feel like there's a lot of conflict going on, and I have been without a TV now for 3 weeks, only because I don't know how to work it. And so I'm in an Airbnb, and I haven't taken the time to learn it. And so I've been sort of in ignorance is bliss, thank God, you know, because I haven't really been, you know, but I get little drips and drabs here and there. But it's been really nice to take a vacation. I mean, to take a vacation from all of that noise. It's been really nice. And I also know that, again, when I return to the earth, I have to realize, don't just try to squeeze to hold on to everything. Hold things gently. Think about that in relationships. Sometimes we try to hold somebody so tight. You know, what do they say? When you love something, set it free. If it comes back, if it doesn't come back, hunt it down and kill it. Right? No, just kidding. So squeezing, right? Just kind of let it go and, you know. All right, you're with me. All right, that was good. Next thing, growth and comfort usually don't coexist. Right? Hell yeah. Relationships, careers, health, growth and comfort, sometimes they don't coexist. Most times they don't coexist. You have to adjust to them. You have to change to make them happen. Everything that you want to do in your life, everything you want to forge ahead and complete and accomplish in your life, sometimes you have to go through this discomfort in order to make it happen. You have to go through the uncomfortable times because on the other side of that is growth. If we didn't, I mean, think about that little seedling that comes up. It struggles inside, and suddenly it's like, boom, there it is. And we spend our whole life going in and out of those seedling phases. No matter our age, we spend our whole lives sometimes contracted, ready to grow, wanting to grow, not growing, and suddenly something happens, and we go through this intensity. Just like the caterpillar to the butterfly, same analogy, right? It goes through this process by which it kind of gets out of that cocoon and starts to fly. How cool is that? But while it's happening, it sucks. Does anybody agree? You go, what have I done? Trust me, I've been saying that a lot the past few weeks. What have I done? You women in these heels, I don't know how you do it. The pessimist complains about the wind. The optimist expects it to change. The realists adjust the sails. Okay? The pessimist just complains. Really easy. Boy, I tell you what, just go to Keaty's, or go to the diner, and you just sit. I've been spending a lot of time alone, so I've been dining alone, and so I'm sitting in these restaurants, and you can't help but overhear what's going on at the other tables, right? Especially when I turn my hearing aid up. So I'm listening. I'm like, whoa. It's like they're inundated with complaints and complaints and complaints and complaints. And then one person may bring something up in a positive nature, and they shoot it down, right? They're like, no, that's not right. And off they go. You're like, what the hell is that? So let's all become more realists. We know that we can be optimistic. Yes, we can. Let's try to be less pessimistic. We can be optimistic, but sometimes we just have to adjust. We have to adjust the sails and our direction so that we can move forward. And no one else is going to do that for you. No one can adjust your sails. Just remember that. There's only one person that can adjust their attitude, and it's you. Now, you may think you can convince others to adjust their attitude, and I'll see you in divorce court. But that's about the only thing you're going to get at trying to persuade someone else to change their attitude. Everyone comes to it on their own pace, right? Some a little quicker, some a lot slower, and some you think, oh my God, they're never going to get there. But that's okay, because that's their journey. Next thing, change begins at the end of your comfort zone. That's where it starts. If you're not feeling uncomfortable about something, then go to Forest Lawn. Prepay. Go ahead, just prepay. Get it over with. Just get it done, because that's where you're headed. If you don't feel like there is something in your life that's giving you a challenge, then you need to wake up. Because if you don't, the universe is going to say, I guess they're done. And then you're going to start getting sick. Things will start kicking in. Why? Because there's nothing to live for. So again, last week we talked about what's your journey. Hopefully this week you talked about, hey, I need to create some destinations, not just one place in my mind, but other places I want to go, not physically, but spiritually, emotionally, in relationships, in your health. You have to plan somewhere to go, because change begins at the end of your comfort zone. And man, oh man, I tell you what, I am so far out of my comfort zone. I don't think I've ever been this far out. I have so many stomach cramps, I can't take it, right? And I am so nervous about this Edna thing. By the way, tickets are almost gone, so pick up your tickets. And next time you see me, or I won't be able to see you because you'll be out there, but this is going to be gone. After 28 years, it's gone. My daughter has never seen me without this. I have no idea what's under here. Thank God for makeup. But I tell you what, change begins at the end of your... you know what? I was feeling old. Edna, my character, actually says this in one part. She goes, oh, Wilbur, I just feel so old. And I realized, end of last year, I was feeling kind of old, and I'm not that old, but I was feeling old because I just didn't feel like I had anything going, right? And then I accept this challenge, and I'm like, I have never felt, more exhausted, but I've never felt more loved and excited. And I realized, holy cow, Joe, you actually do have a memory. I thought when I retired, it went, right? It's kind of off it went, right? But it's actually still there. And I'm proving to myself that I can do that. I can do a time step, and I've never known how to do that time. Crazy stuff. But guess what? It came at the end of a comfort zone. And it was that uncomfortableness that pushed me into doing something where now I'm like, holy cow, I'll never do this again. But it was fun. Any change, even a change for the better, is always accompanied by discomfort. So I just said that. Here we go. Just when I think I figured it out and learned the way to live, life changes. That's why I had Lizzie sing, I'm on the top of the world, I'm looking down, right? And a lot of times we're like on the top, and the next thing you know, we're looking down and we're feeling down, and we wonder, how the hell did I fall from up here to down here, right? Because like Alicia just saying, because everything's going to change. And we'll be on the top of our game again. If you're not now, you'll be back. And the tumble down is part of the process, it's part of the building process, part of the discomfort process, part of moving our way up to what we can be, our best self. And so all this tumultuous stuff that's going on in the world, think about it this way. It's all part of a way that we're going to learn the way to live and live through changes. And it's okay. Some of the best lessons we learned, we demonstrated those as a child. So this is where I wanted to end up today. It's really simple. Here we go. Row, row, row. Remember, row, row, row your boat? You're going to remember this. Row, row, row. How many times and with what kind of intention? Does it say 1 row? No. 2 rows? No. 3 rows, which means work, work, work. Not just 1. You don't get it the first time through. How many times do we get things the first time through? Sometimes, yes, but most of the time, it takes work. And you have to have an intention. You can row nice and gentle like this. You can go, oh, nice. Where are you going to go? Where are you going to go? The tide's going to take you down to Indio, right? You have to know. It's like row, row, row with intention. If you want to move, row, row, row. Now, row, row, row. Whose boat?
My boat.
Stay out of my boat. Row, row, row your boat. Row your boat. If I invite you into my boat, you're invited to sit but not row. But row, row, row whose boat? Your boat. Stay out of my boat. We don't have to have conflict. But you don't tell me how to live my life, and I won't tell you how to live yours. Row, row, row your boat. Right? You decide where you want to go, and you go. Don't make it incumbent upon someone else to give their approval about what happens in your boat. Remember that song, "This is my life, this is my boat." This is my boat. And I'm going to invite you in. I invite people in my boat on my boat all the time. Until I don't like them, then I kick them off the boat. Then I might get out. But that's okay. Because guess what? It's my boat. Now, in what direction do we go? Row, row, row your boat.
Gently.
Gently. First of all, where are we going? Down the stream. Does it say row, row, row your boat upstream? Does it say row, row, row your boat against the rapids? No, no, no. Down. Gently down. Okay? And it's going to come up again. First of all, we had to establish the direction. Down. Then, how do you row? Gently. Again, do we squeeze it and try to get it, try to make it happen, and try to force things to happen? Or when we're gentle, do we get further with that kind of think about it. When you talk to somebody, if you're up in their face like this, what do you expect of them how do you expect them to respond? They're going to respond back in kind, aren't they? So, row, 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 go. Row, row, row your boat gently down. Where? Here. The stream. And what is the stream? The stream of consciousness that you have. What is your stream of consciousness? Is it optimistic? Is it loving? Is it joyful? Is it peaceful? Is it healthy? Is it balanced? Is there a lack of chaos? Is there order there? You get to decide what your stream is. You get to decide where you want to actually launch your boat. Is this making sense at all?
Yes.
Because in today's time, this is really important. The conflicts that we're seeing in the universe right now, it's important that we understand that if we just took this simple little lesson that we learned when we were this high, we could put these into actions that could allow us to experience some peace of mind while we're going through these changes. That was my intention today. Row, row, row your boat gently down the streams. And what kind of attitude should we have? And how many merrilies are there? 3. And how many rows were there? 3. Why? Because it takes just as much. You take just as much to work as you do to play, right? Yeah. And the attitude is everything. Row, row, row. Merrily, merrily, merrily. 4. Oh, shoot. I have a typo. I'll blame that on William. William, you lost it. See, you always blame someone else for them. It's easier. Merrily, 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 merrily. So you have more merrilies than you have rows. And guess what? It's an attitude. Does it say row, row, row your boat resentfully down the stream? Angrily down the stream? Right? No. Row, row, row your boat. Stay out of my boat. Gently down the stream. Merrily, not, okay, so I get this. Sometimes I can't be merrily. Yeah? Merrily. Because sometimes I'm not feeling merrily. Sometimes I'm pissed off. Anybody pissed off? Sometimes I'm angry. Sometimes I read things and I go, oh my God, are you kidding me? And I think, oh, I don't think I can take much more of this. And then you go, but then I think, okay, what did Dr. Tom teach you, Joe? Go back to the basics of your faith. A faith that has lasted longer than you've ever been alive, Joe. Keep going, keep going. Everything's going to change. Rain's going to come down. Sun's going to come up. The hummingbirds are going to fly. All of it, Joe, just keep moving. You know, I've said it before, and I said it 1,000,000 times. What did Dr. Tom used to say? Yea, though you walk through the valley of the shadow of death, don't build a condo there. Keep moving. Keep moving. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 merrily. Yeah. And sometimes it can feel like you're living a nightmare. Anybody ever feel that way? Yeah. But what's the intention? The intention is this. The universe has always wanted good to happen in our lives. The universe has always wanted us to be healthy and happy and joyous. The universe has always given us options and choices to make those choices and free will to make those choices so we can receive the gifts the universe has to give us. Now, whether we decide to row easily or row hard, whether we decide to go upstream or downstream, whether we want to do it in a resentful way or in a merrily kind of way, is all up to us. You can fight all you want to fight. We can fight all we want to fight with each other. And I'm sure there'll be disagreements, and I'm sure I'm going to have some. But at the end of the day, I better row, row, row my own damn boat. And I better do it in a way that allows me to have some peace of mind and go to sleep at night and maybe sleep through the night. That would be a change. But that's what this is about. Simple little lessons. Everything's going to change, and it's going to change again. And guess what? It's going to change again and again and again. Nothing's forever. It's just for now, and things change. That's what I'm going to hold on to because I have to. Because if I don't, I will fall out of my own damn boat. And I will drown in the sea of negativity. And that's a choice that we have. And I know people that are drowning in the sea of negativity all the time. And I have found myself backing away from those relationships because I just can't stand the toxicity of all of it. And it comes from everywhere, both sides, everywhere, right? There's no one side, wrong side. It's just the sides. It's just, and I'm choosing not to say, I don't want to, no. Go back to your basic faith, Joe. Go back to what you were taught to do. Go back to the principles of science of mind. Go back to why we established what we established. Go back to the feeling you just had, Joe, when everybody in this congregation stood up and we sang those songs and you felt it. And you felt it. That's what we need to remember. That's why you're here. That's why this building is here. That's why I think this is why this room fills up. Because we're people of a like mind who know that together, we are so much stronger and so much stronger in love, not anger, in peace, in joy and love. That's where our strength lies. And it lies when we stand together. And we did. You all stood up and you felt it. I know you felt it. That's the first time we didn't clap at the end of the meditation medley. You all were in silence going, oh, crap, did you feel that too? It's real. And it's our life right now. Things are going to change. But don't forget what that felt like. Go back, watch the YouTube of us singing it. Listen to it again. Over and over and over again. Just go to the church channel or the YouTube channel, whatever it is, and just listen to it over again because peace begins with me. One people living on one planet. Send my love over the mountain. And guess what? That's the answer. If everything's going to change, we want to be part of the love that changes the world. And it happens one heart at a time. And so ends your lesson. Oh, we were going to sing Row, Row, Row Your Boat. You know, I can be late. They moved my rehearsal time from 1:30 to 11, so I'm not going to be able to do the offertory, but we have to do the row, 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 right? I said, okay, where's my singers? I need a singer over here, and I need a singer there. I need a singer here. Come on, one, and one. We're going to do row, row, row your boat, right? And then we're going to do it in a round, and then I got to get the hell out of here because I'm going to be late. All right? So, think about these words. You're doing, Alicia, okay, and this is your group. This group over here is Michael's. This group is here for Alicia, Lizzie's group. All right, you ready? We're going to do it together first. Here we go. I know you could do this. You've been doing it since you were this high, and for many of you, that's been decades after decades after decades. Almost a century. Here we go. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. You sing it first. Row, row.
Row your boat, row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Life is but a dream. Gently down the stream. Gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Gently down the stream. Gently down the stream. Life is but a dream.
Oh, we got it. All right, that was good. And even though they were doing something different from you, and they were doing something different from you, guess what we made? Music.
Yes.
And I know some of you tried to jump parts. I got it. Jump and ship, I get it. But you just made this beautiful music together. And we did it in 3-part in harmony. And thank you, my musicians. And thank you, everybody. And you know what? I thank you for the past couple of weeks to be able to spend some time with you. It's been really wonderful. And I'm done. So I will see you maybe in 6 months or something like that. All right? Bye, everybody.
Wow.